want to welcome you tonight to Byron Center High School for this volleyball match between the Bulldogs of Byron Center and the Eagles of Grand Rapids Christian. For Grand Rapids Christian, their players are number 1, Grace Goodike, number 2, Madison Peel, number 3, Hannah Braidaway, number 4, Ella Boersma, number 5, Piper Sobolski, number 7, Elena McGowan, number 8, Rachel Larson, number 9, Savannah Bowl, number 10, Mallory Bremer, number 11, Lucy Van Drunen, number 12, Taylor Frost, number 13, Kaden Warren, number 14, Kiara Porte, and number 15, Grace Spoolman. The Eagles are coached by Amy Heiskin. And for Byron Center, we have number 1, Reese Lowe, number 2, Mallory Johnson, number 3, Kate Wisniewski, number 4, Claire Marzolino, number 5, Caroline Baker, number 6, Brianna Whitfield, number 7, Mackenzie Bennett, number 8, Delaney Summers, number 9, Avery DePoctor, number 10, Alyssa Davis, number 11, Madison Sandholm, number 12, Chloe DeBoer, and number 14, Quincy Barr. The Bulldogs are coached by Missy Ritz Johnson in her second year as the Bulldog head coach. Byron Center is 16-2 going into this match today, and 1-0 in conference. The Eagles of Grand Rapids Christian are 20-3 and 1-0 in conference. Grand Rapids Christian is, as of last week, was ranked 2 in Division II and 6 in the state. And the Bulldogs last week were ranked honorable mention, but however, picked off 2 ranked teams in Rockford and Forest Hills Northern last week. So when this week's rankings come out, that should change. So we look forward to a good match tonight between the Eagles and the Bulldogs. Looks like the Bulldogs are going to be receiving for this first set. So Grand Rapids Christian will be serving. Number 4, Ella Boersma from Grand Rapids Christian will be serving to start out this first set. Tough block by the Eagles. They go up 1-0. Last year, Byron Center finished 4th in the OK White and lost in their first round of districts. And hoping for a much better run this year. Strong hit by Byron Center, but blocked up by the Eagles. Nice back row attack. And the Bulldogs take that one. So a side out to the Bulldogs. And Caroline Baker will go back to serve. Bulldogs 1, Grand Rapids Christian 2. Nice hustle there by Lauren Thornton for that save. Oh, I'm sorry, Reese Lowe. All right, side out going to the Eagles. Number 3, Hannah Braidaway serving with the Eagles leading 3-1 in the first set. It's going to go a free ball, but lack of communication again by the Byron Center Bulldogs. need to just settle down here. Start talking to each other. And that's going to be long, so it's going to be a turnover to the Bulldogs. Number 7, Mackenzie Bennett is going to serve. Bulldogs 2, Grand Rapids Christian 4. And tight pass to the net. Able to get a turnover and back to the Eagles. 5-2. Nice set by Caroline Baker. And a wonderful hit by Reese Lowe. Reese is a junior. Outside hitter. She also plays varsity soccer. Has played 4 years of far-out volleyball. Number 2, Mallory Johnson, the libero, is going to be serving for the Bulldogs, 3-5. And they're calling a double hit on the Bulldogs. Number 2, Madison Peel, the libero for Grand Rapids Christian, will be serving as they lead 6-3 in the first set. And another good swing by Reese Lowe, just long. Grand Rapids Christian extending their lead 7-3 here in the first set. And a nice hit by Bree Whitfield. Bree is a senior outside hitter. She has played far-out volleyball for 5 years. She will be going on next year to play volleyball at Albion. And she is going to serve for the Bulldogs. And good communication by Caroline Baker, the setter there. And just flipped it off the net and able to get that in. Number 6 for Grand Rapids Christian going back to serve. Grace Spoolman. Claire Marzolino is back to serve for the Bulldogs. And a tip by the Grand Rapids Christian Eagles. Very effective. Number 11, Lucy Van Drunen back to serve for the Eagles as they lead 9-5 in this first set. Mackenzie Bennett there with a nice tip, causing the turnover and giving Bulldogs the serve. Mackenzie is an outside hitter. She's played far out for 7 years, and she's played soccer also for 6 years. She's going to be playing volleyball at Trinity College next year. Oh, and that one is called on the line. So we'll again go back to the Eagles. Number 4 for the Eagles coming in, Ella Boersma. She is going to go in to serve as they lead 10-6 in this first set. Oh, and called Baker in the net on that one. And a tough hit there. Number 7, Mackenzie Bennett. And number 5, Caroline Baker going back to serve. Caroline is going to be playing volleyball at Grand Valley next year. And that serve is able to get one for their team. So Byron Center trails in this first set, 8-11. Let's see if we can put some points together here. And just a light hit. It's going to turn back over to the Eagles. Hannah Braidaway is going back to serve with the Eagles leading 12-8. And that, oh. All right. Mackenzie Bennett going back to serve for the Bulldogs. Rapids Christian finding a lot of success on those light hits and tips today. So we'll see if Byron can negotiate those a little bit better as we move on here. Number 8, Rachel Larson back to serve for the Eagles. And that's going to go off the block, giving the Eagles a 15-9 lead in the first set. Looks like Coach Johnson is going to call a timeout for the Bulldogs. We're going to take this time to thank our sponsors. We wouldn't be able to provide you this program for you without the generous support of our sponsors. So we'd like to thank Byron Township, a community on the move, and Gaines Charter Township. We'd also like to thank our BC Athletics sponsors, the Orthopedic Association, Associates of West Michigan, and the University of Michigan Health West. Our BC Athletics silver sponsors are Family Fair, Fast Signs, and Pete's Tavern and Grill. And our BC Athletics gold sponsors are Armored Roofing and Construction and the Center for Physical Rehabilitation. We thank them for all of their support for the Byron Center Athletics so that we can bring this content to you. So the Bulldogs are going to hopefully come back out and be able to turn this around a little bit as Grand Rapids Christian continues to serve in the first set, leading 15-9. And that is in. That is going to be an ace for the Eagles of South Christian, or Grand Rapids Christian. And a nice strong hit there by Reese Lowe. It's going to bring the control back to the Bulldogs. Libero number 2, Mallory Johnson, back to serve. She is a freshman this year. And another nice strong hit by Reese. And Grand Rapids Christian just up to block that. A strong block by number 6, Grace Spoolman. And that is called in. Bree Whitfield's going to go back and serve for the Bulldogs as they trail 11-17 in this first set. Another strong hit by the Eagles. Number 6, Grace Spoolman back to serve for the Eagles, leading 18-11 here in the first set. And they're going to call Reese Lowe in the net on that play, which will give a point to the Eagles. And that one is tipped by Bree Whitfield and goes out. Eagles lead 20-11 here in the first set. And it's going to be another timeout for the Bulldogs to see if Coach Johnson can get her Bulldogs to settle down a little bit here and get going in this first set. We'd like again to thank our sponsors for making this possible. Byron Township, a community on the move, and Gaines Charter Township. I'd like to thank our gold sponsors, Armored Roofing and Construction, and the Center for Physical Rehabilitation. Would you like a copy of today's game or any other event covered by BCTV? Not a problem. Get a hold of us at 878-6781 or through our website, www.byrontv.com, for either a Blu-ray or DVD of whatever event you're looking for. Blu-rays are only $15, DVDs are just $10. Again, call 878-6781 or visit www.byrontv.com to order your Blu-ray or DVD today. Nice strong hit there by Reese Lowe. Going off the arms of the Eagles. Claire Mazzolino in for the Bulldogs and is going to serve. And that tip action again. Number 11 for the Eagles, Lucy Van Drunen, able to get that kill. Eagles lead 21-12 here in the first set. And number 11, Lucy Van Drunen, back to serve. Number 10, Mallory Bremer coming in for the Eagles. Mackenzie Bennett tried for a big hit there, but was just stuffed by the Eagles. Number 4, Ella Boersma going in for the Eagles, going to be serving as they lead 22-13 here in the first set. And a strong block by the Bulldogs by Caroline Baker and Avery DePoctor. And Baker back to serve. And another big block by the Bulldogs, and that is going to go out. Number 3, Hannah Braidaway back for the Eagles. Going to be serving as they lead 23-15 here in the first set. Nice outside hit there by Mackenzie Bennett. And she will go back to serve as Reese Lowe comes back into the game for the Bulldogs. And a long hit by the Eagles will give the Bulldogs a point. Nice hit by Bree Whitfield there in between the two blockers and able to get a point for the Bulldogs. And Grand Rapids Christian will now call a timeout as it is Bulldogs 18, Grand Rapids Christian Eagles 23 here in the first set. I'd like to thank our BC Athletic Silver sponsors, Family Fair, Fast Signs, and Pete's Tavern and Grill. You can follow BCTV on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at BCTV25 or on YouTube at BCTV.25 to stay up to date on our productions and news. See if Byron can continue getting some points on the board here as Mackenzie Bennett continues to serve. And a nice strong serve. Another nice strong serve, and Bree Whitfield up, attacking that ball as it comes over the net. And Grand Rapids Christian just clipping it off the net and out of the reach of Whitfield. Reese Larson in for Grand Rapids Christian serving for set point here in the first set as Christian leads 24-19 here in the first set. And Whitfield for the hit, but it is in the net. And Grand Rapids Christian will take the first set 25-19. Wouldn't be able to provide you with this programming for you without your generous support of our sponsors. We want to thank Byron Township, a community on the move, and Gaines Charter Township. We want to thank our BC Athletic Silver sponsors, Family Fair, Fast Signs, and Pete's Grill and Tavern. We here at BCTV are always looking for new opportunities to connect with our community. And one that makes the biggest impact is that in the form of a sponsorship. If you are interested in becoming a sponsor of BCTV and would like more information, call 878-6780. Sponsorship rates are affordable, tax deductible, and help bring you even more community-oriented content. So we'll see what Coach Johnson can come up with for her Bulldogs during this time between games. Grand Rapids Christian is playing a very tough game today, and Byron is capable of playing just as strong. So we'll see once if they can turn it around here in the second set. The 2023 captains for your Bulldogs are Caroline Baker, Mackenzie Bennett, Bree Whitfield, and Kate Wisniewski. Last year, 2020 awards, all conference, Caroline Baker was first team all conference, along with Bree Whitfield, and Mackenzie Bennett was honorable mention. And Caroline Baker also received all region and all state and then all state honorable mention. And again, she will be going next year to Grand Valley to be playing volleyball, so she will become a Grand Valley Laker. Kate Wisniewski is going to be going to either LSU or Ole Miss and possibly study pre-med, so we wish her the best there. And Avery DePoctor will be going to Aquinas to play basketball next year. So the Bulldogs will start serving in this second set. Caroline Baker is going to go back to serve to start out the second set here. Nice strong hit by Bree Whitfield off the block of the Eagles. And we'll score a point for the Bulldogs. And they're calling a double hit on the Bulldogs, so it's going to turn over to the Eagles. Number 4, Ella Boersma coming in for the Eagles and going to serve with the second set tied 1-1. And they called that just long. And Bree Whitfield with a tip, but just too much on it as that goes long. And the Eagles take a 3-1 lead here in the second set. And a strong hit by number 7, Mackenzie Bennett, off the hands of the Eagles. And Mackenzie will go back to serve. And that is going to go wide. So the Bulldogs tie it up here in the second set, 3-3. And Mackenzie Bennett is going to continue to serve. And a big, strong block by the Bulldogs. Pass was a little bit too tight into the net. Going to turn over to the Eagles, leading 4-3 here in the second set. The Eagles just not putting a lot on some of those and throwing the Bulldogs off. And a strong hit by Reese Lowe, going to be off the hands of the Eagles. Number 2, Mallory Johnson, the libero, freshman libero, is back to serve. She also plays plays tennis and basketball. And a nice outside hit by the Bulldogs, tying this second set up at 5. And that is just long. Number 8, Rachel Larson coming in for the Eagles. And block off the Eagles, but it goes long. So Bree Whitfield going back to serve for the Bulldogs as they have this set tied up 6-6. that is going to go long as well. So Bulldogs are going to take the lead for the first time in this set, 7-6. And that one is going to go out as well. Whitfield going to continue to serve for the Bulldogs. Number 2, Madison Peel back to serve for Grand Rapids Christian. And they called that a touch on the Bulldogs. Okay. Strong hit by Lucy Van Drunen. And we are tied up once again, 8-8 here in the second set. Oh, trying for a soft serve there, but not quite enough to make it over. And number 4, Claire Marzolino in for the Bulldogs. And a strong hit by Grace Spoolman for the Eagles. She will go back to serve at 9-9 here in the second set. And that's going to be out. Strong hit by number 11, Lucy Van Drunen, but goes just long. So Madison Sandholm is going to go back to serve for the Bulldogs. Oh. Lucy Van Drunen back to serve for the Eagles as they lead 12-10 here in the second set. And a nice tip by Avery DePactor. Much tighter set here in the second set between the Eagles and the Bulldogs. And Caroline Baker continuing to serve for the Bulldogs. Just too tight up at the net, and it's going to turn over to the Eagles. Number 4, Ella Boersma back in for the Eagles to serve. And Whitfield came around with a nice tip and hits the line. Number 7, Mackenzie Bennett going back to serve for the Bulldogs as they trail 13-14 here in the second set. And that's going to be tipped off of the Eagles. And Byron is going to tie it up here again in the second set. 14-14. And Avery DePoctor up to tip that one over that was close to the net. And a big block by the Eagles. Number 3, Hannah Braidaway back to serve for the Eagles. As they lead 15-14 here in the second set. And a big hit by Bree Whitfield off the hands of the Grand Rapids Christian Eagles. Libero Mallory Johnson back to serve. She's been playing 7 years of far out volleyball. And a strong hit by the Eagles. And number 8, Rachel Larson in to serve for Grand Rapids Christian. And a big strong hit by Whitfield to give possession back to the Bulldogs and tie this set up 16-16. And Bree will go back to serve. And a big hit from Whitfield, but just clipping the tip of that net and not quite going over. Libero number 2, Madison Peel back to serve for the Grand Rapids Christian. And that's just going to be wide. Claire Marzolino back in for the Bulldogs and serving as they have this one tied up again at 17-17. And another big hit by the Eagles. Very tight second set. Neither team really able to take much of a lead. Going back and forth. Big outside hit by Mackenzie Bennett. And it's going to be a free ball. Let's see if the Bulldogs can do something with it. And Bennett with a big hit and off the hands of Grand Rapids Christian. Madison Sandholm going to go back to serve. Madison also plays basketball and softball for the Bulldogs. And just wide on that hit. Lucy Van Drunen back to serve for the Eagles. And a tip, and nicely placed by Mackenzie Bennett. And Caroline Baker is going to go back to serve for the Bulldogs as they tie it up again, 19-19. And the Bulldogs able to go ahead 20-19. See if they can string together a few points here in the second set. Nice strong serve by Baker. Outside hit and into the net. Bulldogs going to go up 21-19 here in the second set. And Grand Rapids Christian is calling the timeout. We wouldn't be able to provide this programming for you without the generous support of our sponsors. So we'd like to thank our BC Athletics sponsors, Orthopedic Association, Associates of West Michigan, and University of Michigan Health West. Also like to thank our gold sponsors, Armored Roofing and Construction, and the Center for Physical Rehabilitation. If you'd like a copy of today's game or any other event covered by BCTV, not a problem. Get a hold of us at 878-6781 or through our website at www.byrontv.com for either a Blu-ray or DVD of whatever event you're looking for. Blu-rays are only $15, DVDs are just $10. Again, call 878-6781 or visit www.byrontv.com to order your Blu-ray or DVD today. Another strong serve by Baker. And a nice diving pass. Whitfield going for the outside hit. Back row attack by the Eagles. And another big hit by Whitfield and off the block and out. Going to extend Byron's lead to 22-19 here in the second set with Baker continuing to serve. And off the Eagles. And Byron extending their lead 23-19 here in the second set. Another strong serve by Baker. And a big hit by the Eagles. Number 4, Ellie Boersma in for the Eagles to serve. The Eagles really in a tough spot here as a turnover will give the Bulldogs a set point to be serving. And a great hit there. A nice kill by Reese Lowe, or I'm sorry, number 7, Mackenzie Bennett. And she will go back for a set point here for the second set for the Bulldogs. And the Eagles keeping it alive here, but in a precarious situation as any side out will give the Bulldogs the set as the Eagles trail 21-24 here in the second set. And a big hit by Whitfield. And going to go outside, and that just trickles off the net and in. Great hit by Reese Lowe as it just rides the net and falls in on the Grand Rapids Christian side. And Byron Center takes that second set. As the Bulldogs take that second set 25-21, we'll see if we can come back and take this next set here. I'd like to thank our sponsors again at Byron Township, a community on the move, and Gaines Charter Township. Also our Byron Center Athletic sponsors Orthopedic Association of West Michigan and University of Michigan Health West. We'd like to thank our gold sponsors, Armored Roofing and Construction and the Center for Physical Rehabilitation. We here at BCTV are always looking for new opportunities to connect with our community, and one that makes the biggest impact is on the form of sponsorship. If you are interested in becoming a sponsor of BCTV and would like more information, call 878-6780. Sponsorship rates are affordable, tax deductible, and help bring you even more community-oriented content. And the Eagles will begin serving for this third set as we are tied up 1-1 in this contest between the Bulldogs of Byron Center and the Eagles of Grand Rapids Christian. And number 4, Ella Broersma will begin serving for the Eagles. And a nice hit by Mackenzie Bennett there. Taking a little off of it to put it right in the hole there. And Caroline Baker back to serve for the Bulldogs. Nice strong serve. As the Bulldogs take the lead 2-0 here in the third set. Strong hit by number 1 from Grand Rapids Christian, Grace Goodike. And Hannah Braidaway will go back to serve for the Eagles. And a tip by the Eagles. It's going to tie this third set up 2-2. Bree Whitfield for the hit. And a strong hit, but out. Number 7, Mackenzie Bennett back to serve for the Bulldogs as they lead 3-2 here in the third set. And very close on that one, but called just long. And that one is going to go out as well. So Mallory Johnson, the lone freshman here for the Bulldogs. Bree Whitfield for the hit. Nice pass. And Whitfield able to get around that one to put good contact on it and get the point for the Bulldogs. Nice serve. And a strong outside hit by Reese Lowe going to go off the fingers of the Grand Rapids Christian Eagles, and the Bulldogs are going to extend their lead 6-3 here in the third set. And that's going to go long as well. Oh, and a late call with saying that there was a touch on that. So it's going to go back over to the Eagles. And a strong hit by Whitfield. And she's going to go back to serve as the Byron Center Bulldogs lead 7-4 here in the third set. And that's going to go just wide. Number 6, Grace Spoolman back for the Eagles. They serve by Baker and a tip, or set by Baker. And a light tip there by Hannah Braidaway. Just over those blockers at the net and into that hole. And Grand Rapids Christian's going to tie this third set up at 7. Coach Johnson trying to get her players just to settle down just a little bit. And that serve will be wide. And number 4, Claire Marzolino back into serve for the Bulldogs. And that is going to go off the fingers of the Bulldogs and in, as we're tied up back at 8 here in the third set. And a nice tip by Mackenzie Bennett to that back corner hole. And Madison Sandholm will be back to serve for the Bulldogs, leading 9-8 here in the third set. And just off the arms of Grand Rapids Christian. Quick set to the middle there. Number 13, Caden Warren with a kill for the Eagles. And number 4, Ella Borsma into serve for Grand Rapids Christian. And a nice strong hit there by Mackenzie Bennett to that back corner. Caroline Baker back to serve. Eagles just finding that spot on the floor with little coverage and able to get the serve back. Number 3, Hannah Braidaway serving. Outside hit, Bree Whitfield, and off the hands of the Eagles to get a point for the Bulldogs. Mackenzie Bennett back to serve as the Bulldogs lead 12-10 here in the third set. Nice strong serve. Back set to Whitfield, and strong hit. And able to push that lead to 14-10 here in the third set. And Grand Rapids Christian is going to call a timeout as the Bulldogs extend their lead 14-10 here in the second set. Would you like a copy of today's game or any other event covered by BCTV? Not a problem. Get a hold of us at 878-6781 or through our website, www.byrontv.com, for either a Blu-ray or DVD of whatever event you're looking for. Blu-rays are only $15 and DVDs are just $10. Again, call 878-6781 or visit www.byrontv.com to order your Blu-ray or DVD today. Kenzie Bennett going to continue to serve here for the Bulldogs in the third set. And a nice strong hit by Grace Goodike for the Eagles. And Rachel Larson coming in to serve. Nice diving hit there. And another great save. And off the hands of the Eagles. Mackenzie Bennett really working for that point. Two great diving passes. And the Bulldogs able to get the serve back. And Mallory Johnson going back to serve as the Bulldogs lead 15-11 here in the third set. And a free ball. See if Byron can do something with that. And Baker with a tip. Short hit and kill by Bree Whitfield on the nice short set. And great catch by Bree, but just foot goes under the net. And that one's going to be long. Bree Whitfield back to serve for the Bulldogs as they lead 17-12 here in the third set. And a back row attack by Whitfield. And the Eagles able to counteract and get that to the back corner. Grace Spoolma back to serve for the Eagles as Byron Center leads this third set 17-13. Short set. And a back row attack by Whitfield. And they put that one in the back corner again. And another point for the Eagles. And timeout by the Bulldogs as they lead in this second set 17-15. Follow BCTV on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at BCTV25 or on YouTube at BCTV.25 to stay up to date on all our production and news. I'd like to thank our BC Athletic sponsors, Orthopedic Associates of West Michigan and University of Michigan Health West. And Grand Rapids Christian going to continue to serve here in the third set, trailing 15-17. And a big hit, but blocked. Back row attack. Oh, Mallory Johnson just doing having great effort on that point. Just coming up short as the Eagles shorten that Bulldog lead, 17-16. Big hit by Reese Lowe, but the block just coming back in on the Bulldog side as the Eagles tied up 17-all here in the third set. And touch off the Eagles. A little bit of a reaction there, putting her hands up, and the ball goes off her fingertips. So Claire Marcelino is going to come back in for the Bulldogs and serve as the Bulldogs are tied up with the Eagles 18-all here in the third set. And that one's going to go long. And a tip by Baker back to the back corner, finds the hole as the Bulldogs go up 20-18 here in the third set. And a nice outside hit by Grand Rapids Christian, Lucy Van Drunen. She is going to go back and serve for the Eagles. And a strong hit by number 7, Mackenzie Bennett. And Madison Sandholm is going back to serve as the Bulldogs lead 21-19. And a hit by the Eagles is off the hands of the Bulldogs. As this tight third set continues with the Bulldogs leading 21-20. Ella Boersma back to serve for the Eagles. And a smart move there by Mackenzie Bennett with a tip just over the blockers of the Eagles and in play. Caroline Baker going to go back to serve for the Bulldogs, leading 22-20 here in the third set. big hit by the Eagles. Going to tie this third set up at 22. Bulldogs really needed a side out here. And big hit by Mackenzie Bennett. And an equally big hit by the Eagles. Another chance for Bennett. Christian is wanting the 4 hits on that, but looking like it did go over. And another big hit by Bennett off the hands of the Eagles. And Whitfield for the tip. And another, it's still in play. And the Bulldogs be able to keep it in play. And out. And it's going to go to the Bulldogs. What a fabulous point both ways. Both teams really fighting hard for that point. And the Bulldogs just come up ahead. And the Bulldogs go up 23-22 here in the third set. It looks like there's a discussion here with the officials. Not sure of the discussion that's going on between the official here and the coach from Grand Rapids Christian. But Byron Center is going to go up 24-22 with set point here. And Grand Rapids Christian is going to call a timeout. So the Bulldogs sitting at set point with Caroline Baker back to serve. Woo! Such an exciting third set we have here with just tight all the way through, and the Bulldogs leading 24-22. I'd like to thank our gold sponsors again, Armored Roofing and Construction and the Center for Physical Rehabilitation. We're going to see if the Bulldogs can finish off this third set here. Oh, Mackenzie Bennett was serving. And see if she can finish off this third set with a victory for the Bulldogs in this third set. Nice serve. And a big block for the Bulldogs, but that's going to be out. So Grand Rapids Christian needs to have their serves on to stay in this set, as it is still set point for the Bulldogs as Christian trails 23-24. Short set, big hit by Whitfield, but blocked by Christian. Going to tie this back up at 24. And it's going to be a timeout for the Bulldogs, as we're tied up here at 24 in the third set. Must win by 2. So we're still could have a lot of game left here in the third set. You can follow BCTV on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at BCTV25 or on YouTube at BCTV.25 to stay up to date on our productions and news. So Grand Rapids serving as our third set is tied at 24. And that's going to be long. And Mallory Johnson, freshman libero, going to go back to serve set point here for the Bulldogs in the third set. Nice strong serve. Going for the outside set, block. And Bulldogs putting it over for a free ball, but keeping it in play. Another big one, and the Bulldogs with a big block by Madison Sandholm to take this third set, 26-24 for the Bulldogs. Big block to finish up that third set, giving the Bulldogs the victory. So we're going into our fourth set here. The Bulldogs need to hold on to this. If the Grand Rapids Christian wants to see a victory today, they're going to have to take this set and the fifth. So Bulldogs sitting in a pretty good spot, but can't let their guard down, as this has been a tight match all night long. We here at BCTV are always looking for new opportunities to connect with our community. And one that makes the biggest impact is in the form of a sponsorship. If you're interested in becoming a sponsor of BCTV and would like more information, call 878-6780. Sponsorship rates are affordable, tax deductible, and help bring you even more community-oriented content. So the Bulldogs lead 2-1 here tonight in this matchup against the Eagles of Grand Rapids Christian. And the Eagles again are ranked 2 in Division II and ranked 6th in the state. In last week's rankings, Byron Center was honorable mention. However, they were able to defeat Rockford and Forest Hills Northern, who were both ranked in the top 10 in the polls in the state. So we'll see once how that affects when the rankings come out this week. And the Bulldogs should be serving to start this fourth set. Looks like Grand Rapids Christian is ready to go. And Coach Johnson is letting her Bulldogs do a cheer to get them started into this fourth set. As the refs check the lineups. All right, and Caroline Baker will go back to serve to start out this fourth set for the Bulldogs. I'd like to thank Caroline for all the fun fact information about her Bulldog teammates. And a big block by Bree Whitfield and Avery DePoctor. And another outside hit there by Mackenzie Bennett. And a tip. And just out of the reach of Reese Lowe. And side out going to the Eagles. Number 4, Ella Boersma in for the Eagles. And that is going to be long. So it's going to go back to the Bulldogs. Mackenzie Bennett back to serve. And just too tight up at the net. And the Bulldogs tied up 2-2 here in the fourth set. Nice strong serve. And just out of the reach of Bennett. So Madison Peel going back to serve for Grand Rapids Christian. a strong hit by the Bulldogs. Mallory Johnson back to serve. And just long. Another tight set starting here in the fourth set. Neither team able to pull away with any amount of points. And a nice block up at the net there by Madison Sandholm again. Nice strong hit by Whitfield, and it stays on the side of the Eagles. And Bree is going to go back to serve. And another hit by Whitfield. Nice pass. And the tip. And that's going to go in. Madison Peel back to serve for the Eagles. And a big hit there by Reese Lowe off the hands of the Eagles. And possession's going to go back to the Bulldogs as they're tied up 5-5 here in the fourth set. Claire Marzolino is back to serve. Oh, off the tape and does not get over. The strong serve by the Eagles. And a big block by the Eagles as they go up 8-5 here in the fourth set. And just over the net and between the Eagles and the net. So it's going to turn back over to the Bulldogs. Madison Sandholm back to serve. And that's going to go long. Christian trying for that tip. Free ball. Let's see what Bulldogs can do with it. And Baker, ooh, going for the tip, but just wide. And Levin Lucy Van Drunen back to serve for the Eagles as they lead 9-7 here in the fourth set. And off of the antenna, the tip by Mackenzie Bennett. Nice strong hit. And the block, the ball just falling between the net and the Bulldogs there. And Grand Rapids Christian extending their lead 11-7 here in the fourth set. Nice diving pass by Whitfield. And that did not go over. So they're calling it 4 hits. And Baker back to serve as the Bulldogs trail 8-11 here in the fourth set. And a tip by number 3, Hannah Braidaway. And timeout going to be called by Coach Johnson of the Bulldogs as our Bulldogs trail 8-13 here in the fourth set. Like to thank our silver sponsors, Family Fare, Fast Signs, and Pete's Grill and Tavern. We here at BCTV are always looking for new opportunities to connect with our community, and one that makes the biggest impact is in the form of a sponsorship. If you are interested in becoming a sponsor of BCTV and would like more information, call 878-6780. Sponsorship rates are affordable, tax deductible, and help bring you even more community-oriented content. Whitfield for the outside hit and off the block. Going to turn it back over to the Bulldogs. Mackenzie Bennett going back to serve as the Bulldogs trail 9-13 here in the fourth set. And just wide. Bulldogs really needed to take advantage of their serving opportunities to put some more points on the board as Grand Rapids Christian leads 14-9. And a big block by the Eagles extends their lead 15-9 here in the fourth set. And that is going to be long. So Mallory Johnson going back to serve, see if she can put together some points here for the Bulldogs. Nice diving pass. And that is going to be in. So the Bulldogs able to capitalize on that point. Whitfield for the big turnaround pass, and the Eagles in the net. Back row attack by the Eagles. Baker with a short set. And back set to Whitfield, and a big kill and in. Whitfield having a great night tonight. outside tip, but just out. So it's going to turn back over to the Eagles as they lead 16-13 here in the fourth set. Bree Whitfield for the big hit. And off the arms of the Eagles. And Bree is going to go back to serve. Nice serve by Whitfield. And Christian just answers back with a big hit. A big hit by Mallory Johnson. Big hit by the Bulldogs. And Christian answers with a big hit of their own off the hands of the Bulldogs. And another big hit by Grand Rapids Christian as they extend their lead 19-15 here in the fourth set. And Baker going for the tip, but just goes wide as the Bulldogs fall behind 20-15 here in the fourth set, and Coach Johnson calling a timeout for the Bulldogs. Would you like a copy of today's game or any other event covered by BCTV? Not a problem. Get a hold of us at 878-6781 or through our website, www.byrontv.com, for either a Blu-ray or DVD of whatever event you're looking for. Blu-rays are only $15, DVDs are just $10. Again, call 878-6781 or visit www.byrontv.com to order your Blu-ray or DVD today. Grand Rapids Christian going to continue to serve here in the fourth set, leading 20-15 over your Byron Center Bulldogs. And the Bulldogs lead 2-1 in tonight's contest. Back row attack by Whitfield. And they're calling it a double hit against the Bulldogs. Back row attack by Whitfield off the hands of the Eagles. And it's going to turn back over to the Bulldogs with Madison Sandholm serving. For the Bulldogs 16, the Eagles of Grand Rapids Christian 21. Another back row attack by Whitfield, but into the net. As the Eagles extend their lead 22-16 here in the fourth set. Tip by Baker. And a nice diving pass by Mallory Johnson. And that hit is just long from Mackenzie Bennett. The Bulldogs have no timeouts left in this set. So we're going to have to see if they can just bring it together. And just an off hit by Bennett as the Eagles serve for set point here in the fourth, leading 24-16. Back row attack by Whitfield. And DePoctor will be keeping it in play. And they called Bulldogs in the net as Grand Rapids Christian takes that fourth set 25-16. So we'll be going to a fifth set here between the Bulldogs of Byron Center and the Eagles of Grand Rapids Christian. Fifth set is played to 15 and must win by 2. And they will be meeting with the captains to see who will serve for this fifth set as they do a coin toss up at the net. Baker calling it in the air. And Byron Center has won the toss, so they will serve to start the fifth set here. Very good match so far by both teams, tight games. Byron Center falling in the first set 19-25, coming back to win the second set 25-21, and taking the third set 26-24. And Grand Rapids Christian coming back to win the fourth set 25-16. So again, this fifth set will be first one to 15 and must win by 2. So we'll see if the Bulldogs could come out strong with, I'm assuming, Caroline Baker to serve, and see what we can pull together here for the fifth set for the Bulldogs. You can follow BCTV on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at BCTV25 or on YouTube at BCTV.25. Stay up to date on our productions and news. And Caroline Baker back to serve. And we start the fifth set. Whitfield for outside hit and a block. And that's going to go in. Number 4, Ellie Boersma in for the Eagles. Back set to Whitfield, off the hands of the Eagles. And Mackenzie Bennett going to go back to serve as the Bulldogs tie this up 1-1 here in the 5th. And great block there by Avery DePachter, just tips it back over the net. And just off the arms of the Eagles. Great serve by Mackenzie Bennett. And the Bulldogs go ahead 3-1 here in the 5th set. Again, only having to get to 15. And the Bulldogs go up 4-1. It's crucial that they get ahead early on in this 5th set, as it's a shortened set. And a tough serve. See if the Bulldogs can take advantage of the free ball. The tip. Soft outside hit. Back set to Whitfield. And a strong hit and off the Eagles. And a short serve by Bennett. So Eagles going to take over. However, behind 2-5 against the Bulldogs of Byron Center. Nice pass, outside hit. Just hit that back corner. Looked like possible a double hit there, but was not called. And Whitfield. Nice block by the Bulldogs, and Whitfield up and off the arms of the Eagles. And Mallory Johnson going to go back to serve for the Bulldogs as they lead 6-3 here in the 5th set. Out. Good view by Mallory Johnson there of letting off on that, not going for it, knowing where her line is. Back set to Whitfield. And calling that 4 hits, saying that did not go over. Bulldogs lead 7-4 here in the 5th set. Strong hit by Reese Lowe, but a stronger block by the Eagles. As number 9, Savannah Bowl, continues to serve for the Grand Rapids Christian Eagles. The Eagles tighten this game as Byron leads now 7-6 here in the 5th set. Outside hit by Whitfield and off the arms of the Eagles. And Whitfield is going to go back to serve. Another strong hit by the Eagles as this set continues to go back and forth. But Byron able to hold on to the lead yet, 8-7 here in the 5th set. The Eagles tying it up, 8-8. Nice hit by Whitfield. Outside hit by Reese Lowe off the hands of the Eagles. Byron is going to take over possession of the ball as they lead 9-8 here in the 3rd set. Number 4, Claire Marzolino back to serve for the Bulldogs. And just long. Back set, Bree Whitfield from the back row. And tip by Caroline Baker, but it is out. And the Eagles take the lead for the first time in this 5th set, 10-9. And the Bulldogs able to pull off that point, tie it back up at 10. Madison Sandholm serving. And a timeout going to be called by the Bulldogs as they trail 10-11 here in the 5th set. Again, 5th set only having to go to 15, win by 2. So good call there by Coach Johnson to pull her team aside, get them calmed down a little bit, hopefully get a side out here to get possession back and get some points here for the Bulldogs. Great game by both teams here tonight. Tight sets all the way around. Great hitting, great passing from two very good volleyball teams. So Lucy Van Drunen back to serve for the Eagles as they lead 11-10 here in the 5th set. And a short serve extends that lead to 12-10. And a big block by the Eagles is going to put them up 13-10 as Coach Johnson calls her final timeout of the set to try to rally her Bulldogs to stay into the set as the Eagles lead 13-10 in the 5th set, only needing to get 2 more points. I'd like to thank our sponsors one more time: Byron Township, a community on the move, and Gaines Charter Township. Also our BC Athletic sponsors, Orthopedic Associates of West Michigan and University of Michigan Health West, along with Family Fare, Fast Signs, and Pete's Tavern and Grill. Christian with a bigger block as they go on and go for set and match point here in the 5th set. And Byron just hits it long as they fall 10-15 here in the 5th set. So Grand Rapids Christian takes this tough match tonight against the Bulldogs of Byron Center and Grand Rapids Christian Eagles, as Grand Rapids Christian takes 3-2. Byron Center losing the first set 19-25, coming back to win the second set 25-21 and the third set 26-24, but falling in the third set 16-25 and in the 5th set 10-15. Thank you for joining us here at Byron Center for your action of Byron Center Volleyball. And on behalf of BCTV and myself, Shelley Nelson, we thank you for joining us, and we look forward to our next contest and for you joining us here at BCTV. Thank you.